The man stood at the podium, but instead of teaching, he took a bite of an apple and placed it on the table. It turned out he was an art teacher. He asked the students to sketch it as a still life reference. Noticing the girl who had avoided him the other day, he crouched down and praised her talent. But when he looked up, he saw her deskmate chewing on the very apple he had just set down. A boy arrived late to class. He intended to criticize him, but then noticed the boy's face was covered in bruises. According to the homeroom teacher, the boy's younger brother had died in an accident a few days earlier, so he had been emotionally unstable lately. The man remarked that the classroom atmosphere felt strange, but a senior colleague reminded him, "These are deaf-mute students. Don't treat them like ordinary children." The man nodded thoughtfully. But that evening, he stayed up late reviewing student files, and found that every student had psychological issues to varying degrees. Just as he was planning to talk properly with the students, a piercing, mournful cry came from upstairs. The sound came from the women's restroom. He cautiously went up and knocked on the door. The crying stopped immediately. As he gathered courage to open the door and check, a security guard stopped him abruptly. "This is the women's restroom. Male teachers are not allowed inside under any circumstances." Seeing the man's hesitation, the guard added, "You're new here, so you might not know. Sometimes the kids shout loudly out of boredom, since they can't hear themselves." The explanation sounded plausible enough, but early the next morning, he witnessed the homeroom teacher violently beating the boy who had been late. The other teachers just stood by and watched. The man hurried over to ask what was going on. The homeroom teacher explained that the boy had sneaked out of the dormitory last night and had taken 2 girls with him. "I was so worried," the teacher said. "I didn't sleep all night."